everyone and welcome to this hands-on tutorial. Today you'll step into the shoes of an event coordinator and learn how to manage communication effectively using digital tools. In the modern world, online communication is key when organizing events. Whether it's sending invitations, coordinating with a team, or engaging attendees. Digital tools make the process smoother and more professional. Now we are going to show you the document of the practice briefly. So we first go to the description where what I already said, we are going to do a practice that will deal with a case study directly from the work field. So you step into the shoes of an event coordinator, and that is how you are going to make smart decisions related to communication. You can find the objectives, learn how to use online communication tools. It's not that difficulty because it's rather low, so everybody should be able to solve this practice. Timing is about an half hour. Here you can find the learning outcomes, know different types of digital technologies for online interaction, and we have also select communication means for a given context. Then we have the materials. What do we need? We need a desktop computer, mobile or tablet device, and very important internet access, of course. You do not have to need to know specific knowledge. So in the prerequisites, there is none. You also see other modules that are related to this task. That's basically all the content of module 2. And then the most important part of this practice is, of course, the content. So here you can find the content. So here again, we have our story. And then we have 4 tasks that we will perform. Now that we understand the importance of online communication in event coordination, let's take a look at what you'll be learning in this tutorial. This tutorial will guide you through 4 essential tasks that every event coordinator must master to ensure a smooth and professional event management experience. First, we'll start with task 1. Writing and sending professional event invitations. So you learn how to craft a clear, engaging invitation and the best practices for sending it to your attendees while maintaining privacy and professionalism. Then we'll move on to task 2, organizing smooth communication with your team. I'll show you how to use online tools to set up structured workspaces, created topic-based channels, and keep your team on the same page before and during the event. Next, we'll tackle task 3, hosting virtual meetings and presentations. You'll learn how to schedule online meetings with speakers, sponsors, and your team, as well as manage panel discussions, Q&A sessions, and technical setups. Then finally, we'll dive into task 4, engaging attendees and sharing real-time updates. I'll walk you through the setting up an event page, posting live updates, and keeping attendees engaged through social media and interactive tools. By the end of this tutorial, you'll have a strong foundation in managing event communication using digital tools. These skills will help you coordinate your event seamlessly, keep your team aligned, and engage your audience efficiently. Now, let's jump in task 1, crafting and sending professional invitations. So, the first step in event coordination is inviting attendees. So, let's craft a professional email invitation. So There are a few key elements of an effective invitation, and you can find them here that I put it in a doc. So what we see is you need to have a clear subject line. And here we have a suggestion: join us for the annual business conference, register now. You need to be concise and informative in the body, in your email self. So what you need to describe is what is the event about, when and where is it happening, how can they register? So you need to include a link, and who contact for more details. It can be also a website. So let's start with that one. So what we can do at the beginning is, of course, we start with a good subject line and we put them right in. You can use icons, especially for invitations like this. I like to use it. Uh, they are an added value. So we have now our subject, and then we can start with our first content. So we need to be informative. So what is it about? So we start our email like this. So we are excited to invite you to the annual business conference where industry leaders, innovators, and professionals will come together to explore the latest trends and opportunities. So as you can see, I not use real names in this example, but you fill in then, of course, the name, for instance, participant, or if you're sending a direct mail, you can take the name of the recipient you are sending it to. Then, of course, some very important information, not about the content, but when and where. We'll add it right here. So we have a date always, we have a location. Also, don't forget if it's virtual. And we have a time, start and ending. What you also add is, of course, if you have some notable speakers or you have an agenda, a program, please add it here to these details. Very important. The more details, the more information, the better for the invitation. So again, what is it about? We can add some extra information. For instance, we say that there are panel discussions and workshops. So we add here some extra information. And then what we see is how can they register? Because I see the content. I have space in my agenda to go, but where can I register? Then we just secure our spot today, use a catching phrase like this, also what we did in our subject. Secure your spot today, click below to register. Make sure that the link is working, test it at the beginning, always before you send out the mail. So it's good that they're not getting onto a dead link. That should be a big problem. And then, of course, you have always your closure and contact information, as we said, for more details. Also, when, of course, there can be something wrong with links or there will be sometimes going things wrong. Please close always with details who you can contact. And in this case, we close with this sentence. Put your email in here. And we're looking forward to see you, and you close with all the details of your organization. So now we have a good email here. So let's take a look at it again when we open it like this. So we have a good opening where we invite. We have all clear details summarized. We put some more information on what exactly is going to happen, what are the activities, and then we go for the registering. Where can I register myself? And we close with, if there are any extra questions, you can contact us at this email. Now, to ensure professionalism and privacy, what is important, we use BCC, that stands for blind carbon copy, when we send to multiple people. So basically, in every email program, this one is Outlook, you can find the CC, that's carbon copy, but we have the BCC, and BCC has an extra B in front that stands for blind copy. That means, if we click on it, that all the persons that we put here in a list, for instance, put this one, put this one, and I have this one. So these three people, well, when they got the email, they will see that they are the only one who received the email. That is important for your privacy. So that means that you cannot see to all the other recipients who this email is sent to. This means when the email address here, Andy, is opening the email, he will see not the other email addresses of the other people this invitation is sent to. That's very important when you want that nobody can see the other addresses. If we put these addresses just in the normal uh, address room, then all the people will see also the other email addresses. So if I send now this email address will also see the email address of info@mediaar.io, and it will also see andy.veldjen@telenet. So in this way, we can see also to who is this email also sent. So to make clear, if you don't want that when you send your email that everybody can see all the addresses this email is sent to, then just use BCC, the blind copy, and everybody sees only from who the email is coming from. So very important to see the difference when you put emails in BCC and you want to, for private reasons, don't want to share other emails, then you use this. Otherwise, you just send it in the normal box. What is also important, um, we showed you now Outlook, and you have also Gmail and other email programs, but there are also other interesting programs. For instance, MailChimp. So when you need a more automated approach, and when you need to set more timings on an email, you want to create emails and want to say, okay, I want to send it next week. Um, it's better to use programs like MailChimp. So you can manage also more large lists. You can build up a list. You can import from Excel's lists. So it's very easy when you do more invitation campaigns, marketing campaigns, that you use tools like MailChimp. So now we are finished with our task 1, writing and sending professional event invitations. We go to our second task, organizing smooth communication with your team. So in that, it's very important that at the beginning we choose the right communication platforms. So there are several ones to keep your team aligned, and we need one central place for discussion. So we have some popular platforms like Slack, Microsoft Teams, and WhatsApp. But what we are going to do is, we don't have time to see them all, so we take one example and we go and choose for Microsoft Teams, because that is one that my organization has already set up. So let's dive into Microsoft Teams. Okay, so we are now in our Teams software. What you see is that here we have a left sidebar, here Teams, and you see the teams where I'm in. I am in two teams, um, but we also can see here activity. Here you can see all the activities that my colleagues are doing. You also have, of course, other options like your calendar, a planner, and you can call, so on. So a lot of options, but we are interested in collaboration with our team. And for the event, I choose to do it in the team of Expertise Centrum Education and Development, because this is the team where I am going to do the event with. If I click on it, you see that a team has multiple channels. It has hidden channels and main channels. Hidden channels are all channels that are added and can be seen by everybody, but if I'm not really into those channels, I don't work for that topic, I can just say to hide that channel, and all these channels will be then hidden here underneath. If I go to the main channels, I see all the channels where I'm working in, and these are all the topics I'm working in, and we organize our work through these channels. What you can see already also is I've created some channels for our event, and this is how I organize it. I have an event channel marketing, I have an event channel logistics, and I have an event channel keynote. So you can choose, of course, yourself how to organize, but this looks fine to me. I want to check something, and I have a team that is working only around keynote speakers, about the recruitment, about collecting addresses and collecting the subjects. They are working in keynote speakers. And then I have my colleagues that are working around the logistics, the location, and so on. And then we have the marketing. We need to promote, of course, our event. How are we going to do that? And those colleagues will work in that channel. So if you go into one of those channels, for instance, the event keynote speakers, you can see that each channel will have standard posts. So it's a wall where we can post information, communication to keep each other up to date. It has also a file system where we then can set a nice folder structure and upload documents, and we can work together in these documents. If we put those files in here, everybody has access immediately, and we do not have to share them via email and so on, and we are always up to date with the latest documents that are very interesting and necessary. So the file manager, very important. And here I have added an extra tab. It's called Simple Plan in this. You can change the name. You can use the name that you want. But this is a third party, an extra app that you can add beside the post and the files that are standard. But you can always add extra tools to your channel. And this Tool Simple Plan is a planner to plan all the tasks that needs to be done. How did I add it? So add a tab you can choose, And then you can see that there are a lot of apps that you can choose. I chose for Planner, and so you can add also more tools that are useful for collaboration. So basically, most of these tools are collaboration software tools, and they integrate very easily with Teams, and it's very nice to, in this case, work with your other colleagues together on this project or on this topic. So, for instance, the planner, how it should look. Here I used a template, but here you can put new tasks. If you put it like this, you can set a due date, you can assign people to those tasks, and when you've created that, you can mark them when they're done or when you are started with these tasks. Here you see the completed tasks. As I said before, you can set up your own environment. You can do it how you want. You can customize it. You can, for instance, also put only uh, here projects that are in progress or projects that are already done. And so you can follow easily the tasks, and it's a good task manager. A lot of options here. So basically, this is how it works, how you can use your um, channels. So each channel has posts and files. Most of these things are enough for working, but you can expand with extra collaboration tools that you know of, with adding them to your channel. Maybe another good thing that I need to show you is, of course, how to create. I already created those event and event marketing, but if we want to have one extra, you click here on the dots. You can easily say add channel. You give it a name. For instance, this. Important here is that you can choose for standard or private. Standard, that means that all colleagues in your team will see the channel and have access to all the materials. But when you choose private, you can just specify only the teammates that needs to have access to that. So in some cases you want to do that, but let's say in this case we do not. Everybody can freely go around in these channels. So as you can see, event extra channel is created here above, and I have here the same options. I have my posts to the wall, and I have my files that are also available, my file system. For the post, it's very easy. Welcome to the channel. Let us know you post, and you see, of course, that it is posted on this channel, only on this channel, because if I go to the channel of the keynote speakers, I have some other posts. Even this from marketing is empty. So it's always tailored to the channel. Also, when you post, only the message will be seen in the event, extra channel. And also for the files, they are all separated. So the files that you upload in here will not be seen in the other channels. And if you want for the extra channel, you can add here an extra application, as you can see, and there are a lot of them. So it's very easy to add. Just take a look if you know some other collaborative software tools. You can search here if they are available, and you can integrate it with the channel, and that's very easy then to work because all the accounts, all the people are already in it, and you can, like for instance, assign them to tasks and do a lot of things with these extra tools. So that's something you need to check out by yourselves. So this is basically the team. So set it up, very important that you have a nice structure to work with. And then you can start off without any too chaotic periods, especially everybody knows where to find the knows to find where all the content of a certain topic is or of a certain task is. All the teams are aligned and it's very easy in working. Okay, now we move on with task 3, hosting virtual meetings and presentations. It's very important that we schedule our meeting when we have it and that we send a nice invitation with a link. So what we are going to do is we are going to run a smooth virtual meeting and we are going to set up an invite via Microsoft Teams so that it's very easy afterwards to connect with the event online. So let's check and we go into that right now. To start or with your virtual meeting or presentation, it's very easy to use Microsoft Teams. You have a lot of options here. So when you go to your agenda to plan, you have here at the right top options to start a virtual meeting or a presentation. You have here different possibilities: webinar, town hall, class, lecture, or a live event. If we choose for town hall, produce event for large audience, I think that is very nice for us now. So let's choose for that one. So basically what you see is you can put in the details. For instance, this big event. You see you can set up the date, you can set up the start and end date, the hour, give it a description, and save the event. There are a lot of other options that you can where you can go through, but these are the most important ones: the dates, the title, and the description. So you save your event. When it's saved, you can see also the options that were selected, even like the access that you can change if you want. If you agree with all data, you can publish. Ready to publish. What you see now is that the links are given already to us to give those to the participants, to the invitations you are going to send. You will insert this link, so at the same time you created the event, people can have access to the virtual meeting. And if we check the agenda, we see that the big event here can be seen. And we also have access to that event. So now we created the event. When the day comes that the event will start, we will join the event by clicking on it, and the event will be open for us. What can we see? We can see here that it is not started, and at the eye we see how many attendees followed the link and came into our webinar or our event that we organized. Important to know is that nobody sees the screen and the discussions till we start the meeting here with the button Start Meeting. What we see also is then at the left side the presenters. They will be here all presented. Now it's only me. Then we have our options during our event to use the chat, where people can chat when they want. We can use, of course, the Q&A also. Q&A, the questions and answers. And here we have access to the people that we can see. You can raise your hands to ask questions. And you have your tools, your camera, your mic, and the sharing screen that is here for all the presenters when they share their presentations. That basically is how your event then online can be held. Now let's start with task 4, engaging attendees and sharing real-time updates. We are going to use our own social media account on Facebook. It's very easy with Facebook to create an event page, a sort of landing page to connect with your audience. So let's dive in how we can do that. Now, as you can see, I am the owner of the ACAE Cyber Security Training. This page is a landing page that tells more about our organization, but we want to create a webinar or an event on social media so that all participants get to know my webinar. So at the left side, when you manage your page, you click here very easily, you go to the professional dashboard. On that professional dashboard, you have a lot of options, but we are going to create events. So if you go to your tools and at the list we see events. We click on events and let's see what we see then. We see we don't have any events yet available. We are going to create a new one, and that we can do here with the blue button, Create Event. So we create event. What can we do now? So for the event page, we can set ourselves an image, a banner. We will use this one. We give it a name, something like this. And of course, we have a start date. And we can also put an end date. We can put our details in here. Here we can select, is it in person, the event, or is it virtual? We set it up a virtual one. Remember, we did that with a webinar that we created in our Teams environment. You can choose a Facebook Live, external or other. And let's say other. And then here we can paste link to the webinar. If we copy and paste the link that we created in our Teams, we put it in here so everybody has access then to the link, and at the date when we start our meeting, people have access. They do not need to look for because it's all in here with the event. You have some options to market your event, tools that were available for Facebook. You can also add some co-hosts. Even if you want to have some prizes, you can add tickets. Repeat, is it an event that is going every month? And some extra communication settings. But we are not diving into those extras. We just create the event. Let's see what will happen. What we can do now is already all the followers we have. We can invite them and send invites. I'm not going to do that, but you see that we are now on the page, big event, online event with the details, and we have the view. Here they can find the link, so everything is here on the page. What you can do now is, of course, share this event with other people via your social media. Here are the events displayed also at the left side. So here is our big event and all details are here. So this means that you can share this page through email, through other social media, and everybody who will land on this page have all the information and details they need to follow your webinar. So you're now equipped with some powerful digital tools to streamline your event coordination. So today we covered sending out professional invitations, keeping your team communication structured and efficient, and third, hosting seamless virtual meetings and panel discussions with teams. And at the end, we closed with engaging attendees and keeping them into the loop with real-time updates. So now it's over to you. Take these steps, put them into action, and I wish you many luck. See you later. Thank you for your attention.